Today's topic is what to do when a tenant doesn't pay rent in New York State.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's a heavy topic right there.
Oh yeah. Not only is it just a fact that's going to happen and you're going to experience that, it's also an emotional topic.
Yeah, we see a lot of people become very frustrated when they acquire a property and all of a sudden they discover that they have a non-paying tenant.
You almost feel slighted. How dare you disrespect me in this way? So a tenant not paying rent, I found it to be an emotional thing, especially when they feel entitled to not paying you, or they feel empowered not paying you. It hurts.
Or sometimes you have a tenant who was paying rent and something happens and all of a sudden they're no longer paying rent. That's another scenario we see.
And I tell all new investors or seasoned investors, you got to plan on it. No business ever plan. Remember, you're a business owner now, right? You're not just a property owner, you're a business owner. No business ever plans on theft. No business ever really plans on the amount of losses they're gonna experience, but you have to. And if you don't, you find yourself in a bad situation. I can't put words into it because I'm getting emotional thinking about someone not paying me what's owed.
Yeah, frustrating. It's like, give me my money.
And you know what's wild about it is me being a property manager and an investor myself, to knock on the door or call someone or chase someone for something that they told you and agreed to, it gets you there, right? But the thing is, this is one of the reasons why I recommend you get a property manager, because one of the worst thing an investor or an owner or a business owner can ever do is get emotional and show that emotion to the tenant. Once you show that emotion to the tenant, the relationship changes. It's not a signed contract change, but the tenant and the way they view you has changed.
And so hiring a property manager to be sort of a middle person, the person who's able to do that for you, it takes the emotion out of it for you. What does a landlord or what does a property owner do in a situation like that where they have a tenant and the tenant just stopped paying rent or was never paying rent?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, yes, follow all the basics. 5-day notice. You serve them the 14-day notice. It has to be served professionally. You can't just send it to them in the mail. You can't just hand them the 14-day notice. That has to be served. And then obviously you can talk to an attorney about starting the eviction process. So those are all the basics you'll find online, right?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna talk to you more about some more advanced things. Believe it or not, a lot of what people are experiencing as far as a tenant not paying rent can be reduced at the beginning of the relationship.
Explain that more.
So once you start the traditional path, I can promise you they've already experienced it and they know that they have time and they're gonna use that time to do whatever they want to do in their wild imaginations. So they know they have time. The moment you send them down the same path that they're already familiar with, they're probably gonna repeat the same actions that they've done in the past. A lot of these things can be avoided at the beginning of the relationship.
Okay.
Because once you start the eviction process, they already go back into their regular, way of doing things. So at the beginning of the relationship, you wanna make it very clear what you expect and what they can expect from you. Yeah, writing, that's mandatory. But it needs to be done in the onboarding process. Like, hey, listen, Providence, I'm so happy you're gonna be living in this residence, and I'm so happy that I'm gonna be able to serve you. Let me just make a few things clear so we're on the same page here. The rent is due on the 1st, or whatever day you guys agree on. If you do not pay by the 5th, I have to start the eviction process.
Make that very clear.
I swear I don't want to, but I got to. So the next question the tenant might ask, I get that, I understand, yeah, I understand that completely. But what if I pay on the 6th? I'm starting the eviction process. No matter what happens, Providence, I'm starting the eviction process.
A lot of people like to wait. And if you can work out, if you have a special and unique situation, you are free to make payment arrangements and do that type of thing. However, that eviction process has to start.
Every time.
It has to start.
But you know what though? You can also forecast things that we know will happen. I'm not sure if you guys watched the other video, but it's very hard to beat for Christmas time, beat the holiday season. So what I always recommend is you had that conversation at the beginning of the relationship. Listen, I know birthdays are gonna come around. I know Christmas is gonna come around. I know things might get choppy. One thing that we do with our property management company is we start the communication process before the holiday season.
Yeah.
We start the communication process at the end of the month, not the 5th. The end of the month, we're sending you text messages, we're sending emails, because just think about it. Your tenant has so many different things competing
with the one pool of money that they have.
in their attention. You're competing against Netflix, you're competing against concerts, you're competing against school, food, utilities, and God help them if they're using anything illegal or drugs or anything like that. You're competing with so many different things.
And you ask a lot of tenants which one they would pay first, the utilities or the rent. They will pay the utilities because there's a quicker consequence to not paying the utilities.
If you didn't know that, Retainage Property Management, you need to sign up with us, because when we on board, we actually have a little quick training with the tenant, and that's one of the questions we ask. What is the priority of your financial responsibilities? Is it gas and electric? Is it rent? Is it a car note? Is it a concert? We actually asked that question from the beginning, and we've caught a couple people who said gas and electric.
Yeah.
Because you can't live in a house without gas and electric. You won't have a house to live in.
You won't have a house to put gas and electric in.
Rent. So we want to have that talk right now. If you get that mixed up, you pay your rent before you pay your gas and electric. So this is why you need a property manager if you don't have these type of conversations with people. But yeah, so like you were saying, that tenant earns $2,000 a month. All these businesses are competing for that same pool of money. Your communication has to start the end of the month before the 5th. If you are only touching that tenant 2 to 3 times a month, you best to believe Netflix has been touching them 4 times a day.
Oh yeah.
Gas and electric is, if I turn a light on to remind about gas and electric, you have to make it a priority to interact with that tenant at least 10 to 15 times a month.
That's how you can get it done, by having someone do that for you.
Absolutely. So when the time comes to ask for what's owed to you or what's agreed upon, it's not an unnatural conversation, right? They've already got 15 touch points with you. So when you naturally ask for funds, it's a natural thing, not just, oh, I ain't hear from you in all month.
And I know we don't have a lot of time here, but there's a lot of owners frustrated. Sometimes they believe that you're not aggressive enough in collecting rent. They'll be frustrated and say, hey, listen, why don't you go knock on the door? Why don't you do all these things? When the reality is, if a person knows their rent is due, you knocking on the door is not going to make a person pay their rent any faster. You have to go ahead and start that eviction process and be strict with that timeline, even while you're still trying to collect rent, while you're still trying to negotiate and all these things, because it's important that they know they have a lot of time. And the eviction process does take quite a while in New York State. So it's very important that you keep to those timelines and actually say what you mean when you have a lease agreement. You stick to your end of it. When you say the eviction process starts on the 6th, then that's when you have to do that.
Again, the title of this is What to Do When the Tenant Doesn't Pay Their Rent. Be transparent with you. There's only a few things you can do. 1, follow the process. Take every step. The 5-day notice, serve the 14-day notice, work with an attorney to get a court date established. One thing that we do at Retainage Property Management is we offer a payment plan before the 14-day notice. So between the 5th and the 14th, around the 10th, we offer a payment plan. And we put that in writing with dates and commitments. That's one thing we do. And second thing we do, between the payment plan that's been offered, that's probably been ignored, maybe, we look into or we share with them programs that will help them pay their rent.
Yeah.
We do a lot before the 14th.
Very proactive, very informative. We have the investors' best interests in mind, but also the tenants. We want them to succeed. We want you to succeed. So we're not just, leaving them high and dry. We're giving them options, payment plans. We do finally make it to court. We can demonstrate that we did all we could to make sure this person maintained their home to the best of our ability.
It's a big one. When we make it to court, understand that we live in an environment in which we are looking, or the state or whomever is making the decision of this eviction is looking for something that went wrong, something that was done incorrectly, looking to hear the tenant story. You need to proactively present that you've done everything possible to help this tenant.
And it's your tenant, and it's in your best interest too, to have a person who's able to pay rent and continue and stay in their homes. Firstly, they want to be there and you want them to be there. So it's a very emotional time for everyone, for the investors, an emotional time for the tenants. Anytime that we have to go this route and go the eviction route, it's not a fun time.
Absolutely. Again, emotional. You need to have somebody in the middle of you and the tenant to bring that emotion. But the title of this topic today is What to Do If a Tenant Does Not Pay Rent in New York. I would strongly advise that you always follow the process, but I would add on that you be proactive, you build a relationship, set expectations, but there's a lot more to it. I'm just trying to do this for the sake of time, you should just call Retain Each Property Management, and we can figure that out for you.
Amen to that.
Thank you.
Thanks.